So a friend sent me this video about how in that MindsEye game they had this thing where they wanted to have the player create their own scenarios in the game. And I watched Angry Joe's video on MindsEye. It was funny as fuck. But he just briefly went over this, but homies had this entire idea about the consumer creating their own thing. And my whole opinion on this is they literally just wanted the consumer to do their job. Like maybe they'd take certain ideas and creation ideas from the player, the people playing the game, and then, because it's developed in their engine, they can market it and make money off of it. So let's just give this a watch. This is the video he sent me. And I mean, this is episode 2, but
and welcome back to our
I
MindsEye
couldn't
Build
find the
tutorial
first
series.
one.
In the last video, we set up a shootout at a motel in the city. Let's load up our arc and carry on where we left off. Press escape to open the pause menu, then build and creations. Here you can see our
Like they blurred all that out because build stuff, but they legitimately were going to do this thing, and this reminds me of like how like in Roblox you can have creator content, and I mean you can make money off of it, but clearly Roblox makes the majority of the share. And there's a lot of like stupid shit, and these are like content that you can't physically touch. And I'm not saying there aren't a couple of Roblox content creators that actually make money. I'm just saying the majority of the time you will not be one of them, and the majority of the time you're effectively making their game for them. Like, my idea is they're going to take this data.
a red rock tail.
They're going to take this data and use it in their game.
We can simply open it up and press build. And here we are, back at the motel, with all of our previous progress. This time, we'll be introducing a car section. The first thing we will need for a car section is, you guessed it, a car.
And their thing, like, the idea was you can send this to people and have them play your scenarios. That just sounds kind of goofy. Like, what is this idea of making the consumer make the game for you? And I get it, right? They're trying to take the role play that, people in GTA 5 do, or will do in GTA 6 for like 5 seconds before they move back to GTA 5. Like, I get it. I just don't understand this premise of, and MindsEye was just a bad game in my opinion. Like, it touted itself as an open world, but you couldn't actually do anything in the open world.
We can place a car down from our hotbar. If you click on an asset, a page will appear
That probably looked weird.
giving details about the asset, such as positioning and scale. Some assets have additional options. For example, when selecting the car, we can change the paint job.
Oh, grabbing some water.
Now, let's pick a location to drive to.
I fucked up my calibration, but fuck it, I don't have to deal with that. Like, literally, like, I think a friend told me that this is just a tiny section of the game, but I feel like this was meant to be the point of the game. Just have people create their own scenarios, give them sort of like a sandbox, like sort of like the D&D system, where there's so many games that were created off that system, like Pathfinder, fucking Baldur's Gate, right? Games that are created just specifically off that system, off that basis, and then sold separately. And then, well, they tried to crack down on that, and people were like, well, that's dumb. I feel like this was kind of the idea they're trying to go for in MindsEye. Unfortunately, it's just sort of fell flat because MindsEye was just a bad game. Like I said, didn't it try to tout itself as an open world, but like you couldn't actually go anywhere? It's like you see all these set pieces that you can't interact with because you're stuck in this linear fucking uh like quest line that if you deviate from even a little bit, you would fail the mission.
This looks like a good spot. We can drive out of the city and into the desert. From our hotbar, let's place a go-to objective. This has some ready-made logic that allows us to set a destination as our objective and give a GPS route on the minimap.
So like literally, you're just a developer, right? You're choosing from predetermined assets and just placing them down and be like, all right, go from here to here. Oh, and you can interact with this, or you go from this place to this place, and you can interact with this.
When we arrive here,
like, what the fuck?
we're going to be greeted by even more enemies.
Goofy.
So let's place some down. We can use the asset menu to give these backniners some different weapons to help diversify the combat. And now, some cover spots. This time, instead of using the tools menu, let's use the toolbar to make our adjustments. You can select move or rotate, and from here you can simply click and drag the asset.
Yeah, so you're effectively creating this set piece. And again, my whole problem with this is this isn't like, meaningful, right? Like, none of these things here serve a purpose. They're just assets that you slap down. And I mean, I miss games where everything served a purpose, every mechanic, every place you go, every interaction. And what this is the complete opposite of that. Like they say it yourself. Everything in that game was just assets that they placed down. I wouldn't be surprised if the dialogue was made from AI in MindsEye. Again, maybe. I don't know how. Assuming things AI, I don't know how that would go. Like, could that be a legal thing? I mean, Steam did say they would not allow games on their site that uses any type of AI. So I can see that being like liable, but it sounded like it was made by ChatGPT. You can almost kind of hear the prompt, like that prompt sound in some of the dialogue.
Now,
Again, like what he did was just place them down, rotated them a little bit. Like, this is nothing. Like, this is schlop content right here. This isn't anything meaningful. Like, is this how they made the game?
let's give this a try. First, we'll clear out the backniners at the motel and take their car.
And see, all these things are predetermined. If you deviate even a little bit, for whatever reason, you just fail the mission.
If you want to, you can add some obstructions along the way to increase the difficulty or to force players down a particular route. The GPS is going to take me...
But the player doesn't want that. They don't... Who likes being railroaded? Like, and I'm trying to think, because having linear games are fine, but if you feel like you're being railroaded in a particular way, after a while it'll get annoying. It's like, okay, so this isn't a game. It's effectively a glorified walking simulator where you click the pew pew button every once in a while. But, I mean, if I feel like I'm being railroaded, I just find that annoying. Even if that's clearly what you're trying to do, what's happening. There's a way to do game design where you don't need to do that. And apparently in MindsEye, and the same friend told me that the person that worked, well, he looked this up, the person that worked on this game, the lead director, was from Rockstar. So they made, like, and they had their hands in games like Grand Theft Auto 3, hell, even like Manhunt, like games where, you know, a lot of interactions just sort of happen naturally. Like, there clearly was a quest objective you had to go to, but for the most part, you effectively were free.
Down the legal route.
So he goes from that to this game, and this game is just bust. I'm
Let's
sorry.
just go cross country.
Okay, so there is deviation. Like, for what I've seen, if you try to do this right here, you'd fail the fucking mission. So, okay. My dude's garbage at driving. Well, to be fair, he's not driving far. Yeah, and they go... Okay, he runs this dude over. Like, this is absolutely how what gamers would do. I'd run that goofball over, too. But, again... This serves no purpose. This is just bad schlop area number 362 that doesn't connect. It doesn't mean anything. It's just like, oh, go from point A to point B, shoot 4 goofballs, then go to point B to point C, shoot some more goofballs.
This shootout location feels great, with the plain and the strong sunset, but the backliners seem a bit out of place, just wandering in the desert. So,
yeah, but, and again, this is another thing developers fail to understand. You can have things look good, but that's just one ingredient in a good cake. Like, things need to feel good, act good, you know, serve a purpose, make you feel like, as the gamer, feel like, wow, this legitimately is an interesting place. Like, I'm here for a purpose, not just throw a bunch of set pieces down and be like, alright, you did a thing, now move on.
So, let's give them a base with an objective that they're defending. Join me in the next video, where we will create an enemy hideout.
You know, I don't fucking care to do this. God damn, you're making me be more animated than I want to be. Fucking ruining the calibration. Let's see what the comments. The game is full of bugs and it sucks. I want my money back. So disappointed. Fucking man. Like, they're not even talking about this goofy shit. Homie's like, this game's garbage. Despite the hate this game's been getting, I'm still rooting for it. The game has potential, but definitely needs a lot of patches. Hope the performance gets improved and the bugs and glitches get fixed. Also, another question, is there a drive-by option available where I can create a mission where the AI driver and AI drives and shoot the enemies in the passenger seat? Yeah, I doubt that. And again, a lot of games have potential, but this is why making games based off committee and based off chat boxes is a bad idea. Because you can take a game with potential and just make it like this, where nothing serves a purpose. Okay, you have shooty, shooty, bang, bang. But I miss when games had action and had narrative and had budgets, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. I shouldn't wink because my right eye on this model is already fucking up. My damn lazy eye. Keep these tutorials coming. These have great info. For what? Why is there a small selection of playable characters? Can you make the civilians playable as well? Why? Game fails to realize that there is a free roaming and build mindset, MindsEye ecosystem included in the game. It's not only a 10-hour experience, there are also forthcoming DLC. At MindsEye, a solution would be to release a patch that allows the free roam option in the start menu from the get-go. Yeah, like, you have these people, I don't know if this is the particular person, but people that actually, you know, are data miners and be like, okay, so this line of code states that you can do this or this can happen, but it's not in the game. They're probably trying to sell it as DLC. The players would know how to access that sandbox. Story mode has its reasonable constraints as they're telling a tight narrative. That's the first mistake they made. I enjoy the story as it's fresh. I mean, you can have an alright story, but it fall flat because mechanically the game just can't take, you know, how gamers actually interact with a game and not how the, you know, the company or the studio wants them to interact. Like, everyone would want this, just a free roam option. But as you can see, they're probably doing that using this idea right here. The devs made main story missions through art creation tools as well. Just wondering. Probably. Is there a way to share these custom levels with the community? If that is the case, it would be huge. I mean, if the game was good, sure. You guys should add build mode for PS5, Xbox so other players get to experience it, because I'm on PS5 and I really want to build. Will that make the game better? Making the consumer, the gamer, do your job for you? I say no. Like, I miss when companies just made games. But anyway, this is all I gotta say. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking with this game. But anyway, peace out.